There was no choice. Faced with a half-dozen Scrang all armed, all looking in his direction, there was just no choice. Private Chan opened fire with his H-16 plasma carbine multi-weapon, ripping the Scrang guards apart at their waists, spilling streaming hot guts all across the stone floor. Moving fast towards the guards, Chan didn't let up on the trigger until he was standing over the lizard men's corpses. Scrang were tough as nails, and even cut in half, they could be very dangerous. The ones at Chan's feet weren't ever going to be dangerous again. Nothing but dead eyes stared up at him. "What the holy hell is going on?" Sergeant Mannheim shouted over the comm. "Who the hell is firing?" "Scrang guards," Corporal Wapnick replied as he moved to Chan's right side, his H-16 covering the corridor in front of them. 6 neutralized. 8 million, gods damn it! This was a quiet op, Mannheim yelled. "You do the shooting, Wapnick." "No, Sarge," Wapnick replied. "Chan took them down." "Then it's Chan's ass if we don't get out of here in one piece," Mannheim shouted, his voice rising to a fever pitch of rage. "I specifically ordered no lethal engagement. Subdue only." "Understood, Sarge," Wapnick said. "No choice on this one." "No choice," Chan echoed. "We have the vault open," Corporal Lorsk interrupted over the comm channel. "Goods are packed and on rollers. It's like the Scrang gift wrapped this shit for us." "Stow the goods and get them back to the dropship. Make it fast. Chan shut the bed for us already. There are probably more guards on the way," Mannheim ordered. "Fire Team 1 has the LZ clear. Fire Team 3, don't fuck up this extraction, you hear me? Keep the way clear for Fire Team 2 and make sure they get those goods back to the dropship. Understood?" "Loud and clear, Sarge," Wapnick replied. "We are on the move now." The comm went silent, and Wapnick nudged Chan with his elbow. "You cool?" he asked. "I'm cool," Chan replied. "The gas should have put these guys down. What else was I supposed to do?" "They were probably on patrol outside when we deployed the gas," Wapnick said. "I can't fault you for this. Us or them, right? You sure you're good?" I'm good, Chan said. "Then suck it up, Buttercup," Wapnick said, and turned to the 2 Galactic Fleet Marines behind him. "You heard the Sarge. We clear the way for F2. Move ass, F3. "Moving ass," Private O. Ghoul replied. "Ass is being moved," Private T. Zen said. "Chan, let's go," Wapnick said. "Going," Chan said, as he ejected his spent power cartridge and inserted a new one. He slapped it hard, and the H-16 powered up, the plasma meter instantly climbing to full green. "Same formation," Wapnick ordered. "Eyes sharp until we're off this planet, and shit-faced on whiskey back on the romper. Right now, we have 3 corridors to get through before we rendezvous with F2. I ain't faulting you, but this crap just made us late." "Understood," Chan said, as he stepped over the corpses. "Moving ass now." The Scrang were a warring race. Muscle-bound lizards, they only had 2 things on their minds: making life and ending it. Chan had witnessed the latter more times than he would have liked to recall. Being a Galactic Fleet Marine at the end of the war was not for the weak and squeamish, as both sides scrambled to do as much damage as possible before the bloodshed was called to a halt. With the treaty signed, the war between the Galactic Fleet and the Scrang Alliance had ended a few years earlier. That left Marines like Chan with very little opportunity for advancement. Not that the fleet didn't still believe in promoting through merit, but there simply weren't as many positions opening up, since those above Chan were no longer dying at an alarming rate. 3 years in the theater of war, 3 years in the theater of peace, and still a private. 6 years. No advancement. It was ridiculous, and enough to push a Marine, even one that thought of himself as honorable and upright, to consider desperate measures. Desperate measures like assaulting a Scrang general's compound due to intelligence that stated the lizard man had hoarded his spoils of war within a massive vault. Millions upon millions of chits and treasures, all locked up and waiting to be plucked from the gnarled claws of the old warrior.